have more, but here, I will just keep this ready for if
everyone's
I need to
leveled up?
Yeah.
Actually,
Got your spells, got your stuff, got your feats, got your ability score increases.
It's not as cute though.
It's not as cute, but I mean, you can't see your dice.
I know. It's probably easier to see Erica's dice, too.
Yeah.
If you put the white sheet of paper underneath yours. That's what I'm doing, just like that.
Yeah.
It's not as cute, but...
All right.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Is that okay with you, Mike?
I think I can't see it clearly on the camera, but I'm sure
It's
it'll
just
be fine.
basically a white piece of paper in the middle so we can see our dice, because
Sure.
I tried throwing mine just now, and it literally...
That works.
All right.
For you guys, I have...
Yep.
Okay, so that's great. We're ready to roll.
All right.
Oh, I need to just set a timer.
That's important.
We've made that joke every time before, and it's still funny. It's good
never
every
gonna
time.
stop being funny.
Set about, say, 35 minutes
So we go over.
for the first half. There we go. And we're going to have a little alarm
In the
sound.
back of the monitor, the little AV cords are in the same order that we are.
Oh my god, that's really cute! It's green, blue, red.
Cool.
Aww.
That's adorable. I didn't even notice that before. Well, on that adorable note, welcome back, everyone, to another session of Dansu and Dragons. We're trying a new camera configuration, which I'm sitting directly across from everyone. I'm sure I'll bring up a phone picture of it momentarily. Well, we're back. When last we left our party of adventurers, they had managed to, with the aid of local engineer Dana's brother, from the chicken farm, destroyed a threshing machine he was building, a great piece of dwarven engineering of the dwarves in diaspora in this setting in the town of Lowport on the forest edge, and burned the remaining zombies under iron and flame.
It was cool.
It was cool. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's introduce our party.
All right.
We're going to a party?
Would be
Our party of
cute
brave
if we did it
adventurers.
on the map instead.
Oh,
Yes.
that's not a bad idea. Let's try that.
Yeah, using the gradiented version of the map. Oh, we also have as many of you noticed, we also have a dice tray cam. Not a tray, more like an area. But now let me introduce our players. Playing Gita Jewelsoul is Laura. I'm letting it linger each time now, so I have time to put the graphic underneath everyone. I'm remembering this time. Playing the Halfling Ranger Aembron is Venus. And playing the Tiefling here to put the romance back in necromancy is Emmy award-winning animator
Got it.
Erica.
Yay.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yay!
I've been shot death daggers from the eyes a second ago. I was outvoted. They made me do it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
You thought it was a great idea.
I did think it was a great idea.
Yeah.
I deserve those daggers. I'm trying to deflect blame. Ah!
I don't know if I have a throwing dagger here.
I have a small knife.
Someone
I have a dagger.
I have a small knife.
I do have a dagger.
Yep, someone bought darts, I think.
I've got
No, you bought a sling, not darts.
I have a sling, yeah.
All right, so
Darts. Well,
get my water on the table.
a bow also.
I do have a dwarven crossbow that I haven't used.
You borrowed it.
I still have it though.
Yeah.
So. Finders keepers.
Oh, you borrowed it from the apothecary?
No, from the wall in Dana's barn.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah.
When the heck
It's
is your...
been 3.5 months. A new record. It's a completely different season now. We went straight from spring to fall.
Yeah. I had to do adult things.
The glory of pre-recording the show. What?
When is Gita's brother coming back
Oh
with
my
that dagger?
god!
No, he's making a dagger from that
Excuse me.
from that
we have to
obsidian.
go back.
It has been no. He is running it to you guys
he
in
is.
Southgate, but it was going to take more than a week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're not
Getting that
it's not
yet.
ready yet.
Not there.
I want a new dagger. Mine is poopy.
Relax, it's been a day.
Yeah, it's true. Well, it's been through.
When last we left our entire party of adventurers, they had taken a ship to Lowport from the city of Southgate to, after being voluntold by the mayor and volunteered by Eris Briarwood to help clear out the zombie menace in exchange for overlooking the rabble-rousing they caused on the Southgate docks.
Yeah, I saved their butts.
Having successfully done that, with the
fair.
with also the aid and destruction of Dana, the dwarf that Eris was in the process of trying to woo.
I'm sweet on.
Yeah, you're sweet on.
Sweet on.
The brother of which had built a threshing machine, and it was sacrificed in the fight.
Press F to pay
noble
respects.
Additionally, in the early part of the fight, the party, with concentrated fire, destroyed a peculiar magical zombie. What? From the corpse of a mercenary known as Bjorn.
No. You guys need to watch the episode.
Who, if you've been watching, was previously killed because someone picked his pocket and read a magical contract.
It was a pun. Do you not remember? We groaned very loud.
Re-Bjorn?
What was it?
Oh,
Right.
poor Bjorn.
Oh, yeah, because it was sad.
Oh yeah, that was really sad. I remember that because Bjorn was a good egg.
In life, he was a good egg.
Yeah, well,
In death, he was a monster.
yeah.
As most things are.
In undeath.
Undeath.
Anyway.
Undeath is not always fun death.
Fun
It can
dead.
be.
Fun dead.
Oh no, I'm gonna use that.
It begins.
What have you
It
done?
already started. So, we begin in action abound. The smoke clearing, the smoke still billowing from the flaming wreckage of the device as it barreled into the last few remaining already injured zombies. The party stands looking across the empty field in front of the chicken farm in the twilight of dusk as the flames flicker and burn with reds and oranges. The party's allies who rush to their aid, various sailors, Corvus, and
Everybody from the ship, basically.
everyone from the ship who was not in the town line defense has arrived
Right.
to clean up the last few zombies that they had encountered in the forest. As they were all marching their way to help you, they ran into a few stragglers.
Okay.
But the bulk of the threat and the source of the threat have been dealt with.
Yay.
And civilians are coming out of their homes to witness this carnage and see the strewn bodies across the field.
I guess you got nothing better to do.
You guys
farm.
can clean up.
Yeah.
Corvus shouts out to you from nearer the flame where he stands. Well met in victory, he cheers out, holding his trident high.
Huzzah! Gita says. Definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Really? She says something, she just doesn't toot on her kazoo.
That's later. Calm down.
The young dwarven engineer, Dona, continues to kind of stare dejectedly at the wreckage of his mechanical threshing machine.
Oh,
I just
sorry,
think you
guys.
should know that I keep thinking you're gonna say donut, and now I want a donut. That's the entire thing. Continue.
Okay, that is a thing worth knowing, I imagine.
Donna.
It was
Dana's brother.
Donna or Dona?
Donna. It's
Donna.
D-O-N-A.
Donna.
Okay.
I keep messing
Okay.
with pronunciation. While Dana herself is just, what was all that about? The young dwarven woman whom Eris is sweet on.
Would it be out of place if I just picked her up and swung her around lovingly?
Lovingly, excitedly, exuberantly for, being alive, the face
Yes.
of all that.
Yes.
Not out of place. Give me an athletics roll.
Oh no.
A strength athletics roll.
I
You
like the
bookwormy
dice
wizard.
setup.
Thank you.
What is? Oh, good idea.
What's your roll?
The one.
Do you have a total?
Oh, what did she add it to?
You're her strength bonus or penalty.
0.
You rush up to Dana,
It's already great.
and you kind of
There you go.
Rubbing that in. Wow. Is that a focus?
Where is it?
you're too close. It's
Okay.
focused on all the way down there.
Well, that says
It is
19.
not set to autofocus. That would make my
Okay.
life terrible.
Okay.
You rush up, excited and exuberant, to try and pick her up in a hug, and she sees you coming and kind of braces for the idea of a hug, but then you just kind of kneel down and try and lift with your back. And
Gotta live with your knees.
you just kind of fail to lift her up and kind of pull yourself down as your legs give way. You just kind of fall flat on the ground, kind of head against her belt.
So she tackles her?
Tripping over a tree root before.
No, she runs up to her and tries to hug her because, shorter and higher.
Right.
And she just leans low to hug and pull up. Instead, she slides her own legs out from underneath her and
So she
flops
pushes
down.
her. She goes to hug and then pushes herself down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, you're
You
embracing
rolled a
her,
one.
so I guess it's fine.
Dwarves are very stable.
Wow.
Hashtag you tried.
Cool right now.
You sure do. Embarrassing yourself in front of your crush.
She probably thinks it's cute. It's fine.
She probably does.
Are you okay? She questions and pats your head.
My ego's not doing so good right now, but you know, in the circumstances, I'm all right. But how are you?
Oh.
Terrified by the fact that there were zombies, elated that you seem to have come and saved us all, but generally just kind of confused.
Yeah, us too. What do we do now? I mean, we're just on the field, surrounded. Are there like bodies, or did they disappear?
No. Aside from those that are currently in the burning wreckage, the zombies were just corpses on the ground.
Okay, because something's still on
Lovely.
fire.
Some of them are still on fire.
So
We
we're
should
gonna
probably-
deal with that.
Yeah.
If you'd like to, some of these sailors have gone to the nearby well and are beginning a bucket brigade.
Yep. Good.
Okay.
Corvus is conjuring small amounts of water to toss on the flame.
Are we sure we don't want to burn them to make sure they're destroyed and can't be
It's in a field like with lots of grass, right?
Exactly.
Do any of us have any like?
Controlled fire?
Yeah,
Can we?
They're trying to keep it contained.
Okay.
Okay.
Because Re-Bjorn would not be fun.
Oh. Oh.
And as everyone is doing that, there is a sudden gouge of blue fire from the center of the wreckage of the Thresher.
Oh no.
The heck?
Okay.
Not again. Good God.
And blue fire, and Donna just goes, oh, there goes the lubricant.
Okay, not gonna make a joke, but okay.
Yeah.
You just kind of absentmindedly staring, glassy-eyed, the engine lubricant, keep the parts moving.
Uh-huh. So,
He's-
is there anything else that's super flammable in there?
Yeah. Should we like move away?
Well,
Something gonna explode?
most of the oranges and the reds are probably the fuel. Blue was the lubricant, and everything that's left is just the iron, maybe some of the rubber for the belts.
Okay, so it won't smell great, but okay.
Nope. And then the smoke goes from gray to a choking black as it begins burning down.
Are you sure about that?
Okay, so bucket brigade. Yeah, good idea.
It doesn't take much, it takes a little time, but takes very just consistent effort, no skill checks involved, to keep this matter contained. And indeed, among the wreckage, you see the charred remains of the zombie corpses that were caught within.
Gross.
Along with the various, and into the fire were thrown the loose zombies still around.
Good.
Excellent.
Ah, shoot.
Just chucking arms. Like,
Though, I will say this, when people got close to the remains of Bjorn, who was not in the middle of that fracas, there was a pulse of wispy blue light from the remains, and no one
good.
wanted to get close.
Well, we better.
Should we do that?
Yeah, I guess.
do we have a long stick?
Actually, the cantrip that I just have
Get out!
is Mage Hand, and I can cast a spectral hand 30 feet away,
Awesome.
and it can do light
Activity.
work. I don't know if it's strong enough to pick. I think it's like 20 kilograms, something
Like
like
5 pounds.
that. 5 pounds. So it can't pick him up, but
No.
it can
Poke the corpse,
investigate
poke the corpse.
without.
You pick up a stick.
Yeah, it is a long stick. So I do that. I cast Mage Hands,
Nice.
and I literally poke it from where the thing appears to be coming out.
Wispy blue spectral light and mist rises from the corpse as you poke it several times. Anyone who's so inclined may make an Arcana check to
Guys,
that.
we all have Arcana. Let's
Yeah.
While Corvus notes, it no longer detects to his senses as an active undead.
18.
Wait, I do this and then I add
4.
4. Okay. Oh, okay.
Does that,
Oh, 20!
24.
does that
20
take a modifier?
It takes your intelligence and skill modifier if you're training Arcana.
skill. We all have skill in Arcana.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it says
and your
Arcana there.
skill for it should have gone up because your intelligence went up.
Ooh.
So it's total of 7 on top of
Ooh,
18.
So
Wow.
you guys
Both got really high.
You guys did well.
I got
I
24.
did not.
What'd you get?
She rolled a nat 20.
Okay. 24.
24.
20 something.
23.
20. You said plus 7?
Yeah.
25.
25, 24, 25, and
Yeah.
8.
Aembron, you
Well.
can't make head or tail of this very much, but the two of you think
Awesome. Great.
We're
Totally
blocking the
useful.
way.
you're kind of
Yeah, we're in the way.
freaked out that these spooky, ghostly wisps are rising from the corpse even after it's been defeated. But the two of you think that perhaps there is a power source within Bjorn that was animating him. And you specifically, having seen the contract, Eris, know that perhaps there is some kind of arcane power source that was implanted within him as part of the contract that allowed it to kill him when you read it. Because you know that wasn't a normal zombie, and you suspect that there was some kind of spectral battery hidden somewhere in the remains.
Spectral battery.
Spectral battery. All right. Well, I continue.
Oh my god, it's
Yeah.
a Dura spell.
I love you so
pretty good.
much.
That's pretty good.
Yay!
That was
I
good.
made a good joke. Yes.
I'm gonna write that
We
down.
expect nothing less from an Emmy Award winner.
Oh my god, okay. Alright.
That's right, she won a TV prize.
So, what about this Dura spell? Where is it?
You think it is inside the body.
I
Both of you think it is
continue-
inside the body.
I continue using the mage hand to try to see if there's some way I can get at it, like moving the clothes around.
You see numerous arrow and magical blast wounds on his person
Gross.
from where you all attacked him in various ways. And moving the remains of his fancy clothes around, you eventually find one of the wounds. If you want to start just shoving the spectral hand inside.
Will it damage me? Can it damage me if something damages the hand? I don't think so.
Don't believe
Will
so.
it dispel the hand if something damages
It's a
it?
cantrip. I can cast it as many times as I want.
Can't really be targeted by anything, but
Yep.
as long as they're within 30 feet.
Stick the finger right on in that wound.
You force the spectral hand inside the wound.
Gross.
And you have a finger sticking into a wound.
Squishy.
I'm so glad I got this.
And as the hand forces its way into the necrotic flesh, there's just like a plume of those blue spectral wisps.
Pretty. Keep squeezing them. Maybe we can get it all out.
I mean,
You can attempt an investigation check with your hand,
okay, how
using
do
the hand to root around.
I do not have investigation.
So
Use what's next to it? I can't see.
Intelligence? So I just use the intelligence modifier, so D20 plus my intelligence
Yep.
modifier?
But because you're not up in there looking at what you're looking for and just using this hand to feel around,
Uh-huh.
you're rolling with disadvantage.
Yeah. So do it twice, right?
Twice and take the lower result.
Okay. +2.
Unless you wanted to let yourself get lucky.
You know, we got the paper finish.
7 + 2.
Unless, Laura, before you tell me the result, you wanted to turn this disadvantage into super advantage by being lucky.
But I can only use it 3 times a day.
Yes. And this day is coming to its end.
It's almost over. Oh, wow, your hair is long.
It's really long. That's okay. You know what? I will use my other new spell. Or feat, sorry. Lucky. So I can roll it one more time.
Spending a luck
And
point.
then make it advantage, or just...
You roll it one more time, and then it's the best of whichever 3 rolls was used.
It's a good... Come on, big money. Yes. Okay, so 16 with advantage, unlucky.
All right. Poking around inside the body, you guys see the body like twitching as the spectral hand disappears inside of it.
Gross.
And the wisps rise from across the wounds and remaining rotted out orifices of the corpse. Until such a time as you're trying to find it, you can't find it until something just forces its way up the corpse of Bjorn's throat, and a pale blue crystal orb just rolls out of the skeletal mouth.
Oh, I grab it immediately.
Ooh, shit.
You just run up and grab it?
No, with the mage hand. I'm not touching that.
Oh, you just pull the mage hand right out with a slurp, and it just, the floating spectral hand scoops up the orb, which
Indeed.
weighs about 1.5 pounds.
Oh, so it's... Wait, how much can it hold? 5
5
pounds?
pounds.
Okay, yeah, absolutely it holds it.
Oh.
This is going to be a really useful cantrip. I don't have to touch
And
stuff.
the crystal orb, the blue crystal orb, pulses every few seconds with just the blue energy.
Cute.
No?
Okay. Spectral or brave.
Yep.
Is there anything
Okay.
we can do to inspect it some more?
You
the
can
hand can bring it
you
back.
can come up and make investigation checks, perception checks, arcana checks. Investigating. You can use
let's
detect magic.
do
Does
all
it,
of that.
Does
Yeah.
it appear that the corpse is now just like a normal corpse?
It
now that the
goes.
things come out?
There's nothing else flying out of it after you remove the crystal.
Is it still like blue wispy?
No, it's all gone. That all
Okay,
gone.
okay,
That
so-
seems to have that faded as soon as the crystal was out.
Okay. One more thing.
Yes.
Because you mentioned this last time.
Uh-huh.
Now can we loot the body?
Yeah.
Yes, now you can loot the body.
Awesome.
Okay, why don't you go loot the body?
Because I see nothing and
And I just bring the orb very slowly closer to us to make sure there's no ill effects.
poke it with a real stick.
Okay, so what kind of checks can we do?
You can investigate it. You can make perception checks. You can roll arcana checks or religion checks.
I'm gonna do an arcana check.
I'm gonna do investigation.
And
So +4.
Religion, no.
Oh, hell yeah.
22.
22
22.
for arcana.
16. Okay.
16
Plus 4, 20.
plus intelligence.
Nice.
7.
Plus 16? Yeah, 23. All right, also do an arcana check. 13 plus 4, 17.
Oh,
So we're all pretty good.
you all definitely think it is some kind of spell battery that
Yes.
basically it would be an item that the crystal itself could be used in the creation of a magic item, you think, or be used in the proper preparation of animating a corpse. It's probably a pretty rare item that you found here for whatever purposes you want to serve that could be used to create it's definitely somehow related to undeath and conjuration thereof and the animation of things. So
I think I should be the one to keep it safe.
Does she know anything extra about this? Because, I mean, you're supposed to have knowledge in, like, undead stuff, right?
she also read the contract that was tied to.
Yeah.
I've been studying in my free time that you don't know about.
Yeah. So I don't know
Eris,
that, but...
you definitely know you could use this to reduce cost and time of animating a corpse and making one. With your special the special game feature I gave you.
Does she know if it can be harmful or not? If someone touches it, I mean?
It's definitely not harmful to the touch.
Okay.
Right now, it's just an inert magic bauble.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
It just seems like it's something
Okay.
that's like a means to an end.
Yoink. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Are we looting now?
I wasn't, but...
Let's go loot.
Okay. I mean, he might have good stuff. He probably has good
I'll just
stuff.
send my hand.
Well, checking the
You're gonna play
corpse
patty
out,
cake.
you remember at the funeral that he was
totally would.
basically stripped of a lot of his gear as he was buried.
True.
Oh.
That's true.
All he has on his person are his now dirt-covered fancy clothes, and the remains of a breastplate armor.
Ooh, yeah, too big.
But you can still sell it.
That's too big for me and
Yeah, it's too
Aembron,
big
right?
for the two of you.
Eris?
Is it cute?
Is it cute?
It's a very well, no, he was all very fancy. It's a very fancy breastplate armor set that probably needs to be retailored if you want to have it fit you. But you're also, I don't know if you're proficient in that kind of armor. As a wizard, you're probably
Let's sell
not.
that.
But we can sell
We can
it.
sell it.
So you have a breastplate.
Oh, we have to carry that now, though?
Okay, wait, it's humanoid size, right?
Yeah, medium
Okay.
size.
Yeah.
What happened to our cart? Did we?
I think it's
sold
with
that.
You
right?
sold the cart
sold
to the
it?
apothecary.
Okay, I was gonna say, I think the apothecary has it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I keep glancing at the camera like
How
this.
do you remember all this?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And you have like 2 other campaigns running right now, don't you?
I am running a Wednesday night game with some of my friends that I met at the local game store. That became a new group of friends, and we just started hanging out on Wednesdays because the store got too crowded for the game that was run there.
Awesome.
And I'm running a game set in the Aembron campaign setting, which just got a product out from Wizards of the Coast, and we're very excited to be playtesting all the material for it.
Cool.
I like Aembron. I like
adorable.
Aembron. It's a fun setting. It's like magical industrial revolution.
Oh yeah, that's the one that I almost got to play, and then it just we didn't get that far because it was hard for us to meet up. Oh, that
And
was fun though.
I've had fun. I'm currently sending them through the jungles of the Shattered Land, and it's wonderful.
I was a mad scientist. It was
Cool.
great.
The
Anyway.
mad scientist wizard lady for that one game.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I made so many one-shot characters for that game, and like 12 people showed up, and then like
Yeah.
that was nightmare. That was a nightmare.
That was a great start to the game, though. I wish we could have gotten farther with it.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
well.
good. It was good.
Anyway, yes.
And I'm also trying to play in some games, but no, right now I'm only running this in another game.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
I'm
your
not-
memory is crazy.
Yeah,
is
it
our
is.
point.
Yeah, and
It's like all these notes, and I still don't remember what the heck happened.
There
it
is
helps
an
when it's on, it
apothecary.
helps when it's on a weekly basis.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, fair
That
enough.
is true.
But the pyre is dying down, and you find nothing else on Bjorn's
The
corpse but
word
the
I was
armor.
looking for before.
Fire. Are
As
those
they-
clothes worth anything?
Yes, they are fancy clothes. So they are. If you want to strip
take
this
the
corpse
clothes.
naked of its
Take
fancy
it.
clothes,
I will-
and then clean them with maybe the prestidigitation cantrip, and mend
I
them
don't
with the
think I have
mending
that.
cantrip.
I have that. I don't have
You have
that.
mending because it's all torn up from all the fighting.
Okay,
Oh,
so
that's
you
true, I can do
guys
that.
get to work.
Yeah. Because
I
at
can't
the
do anything.
at the very least, could I use mending to like tailor it?
Yes. Oh, well,
Hell
you
yeah.
can't use mending to tailor it to someone. You actually have to tailor it.
Yeah.
Mending just restores what's broken.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But you can
I'm a
clean it.
performer, so that
So
sounds
you guys
cool.
get to work.
You're gonna
Alright,
take
well,
his fancy lance neck
hell
clothes.
yeah.
I'll
taking
get the clothes. I'll do something.
Yeah. You pull
There's
them
lots
off.
of clothes. We're tiny. We can go on all of us. I can probably make 2 coats for us out of the one coat. Yeah?
Fancy. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hells yeah.
And also has the big floppy lance necked hat.
Sweet. Oh, I'm taking that.
It is very large on you.
Just like right over your
I hope
face.
it's like literally like this wide on me. It'd be amazing.
I'm probably pulling up a
sombrero.
Wikipedia or Wikimedia photo of illumination of a lance necked or a picture from an SCA event of one of these hats.
Is that like the Three Musketeers hat?
It's bigger than that.
Oh, heck yeah.
Is
anyway,
it like Rose's hat at the beginning of Titanic? Just like.
too big.
Not quite like that, but
Aw, what's the point?
It will be on us though.
Oh.
we'll sort the images out during the break, perhaps.
Okay.
But
Okay. Fancy
you've
jacket.
helped clear the field. You've gotten
I
some.
got a room.
You've gotten
Yeah,
some
me too.
physical treasure
I'm way out of
out of this matter.
Yay.
And
Something.
you are allowed to basically retire for the night with a guard rotation being set up among the sailors to watch for any stragglers that might arrive.
Where are we hunkering down on the ship? Or
You can hunker down on the ship. There is an inn in town, and Dana is curious for an explanation of what all happened, and will gladly offer you and your friends a place to stay for the night on the farm.
Can
should
we
stay
take
with
her up on that?
Dana,
Because I do
yes.
not want to get back on the ship, please.
Yeah,
No.
not right now.
Thank you.
We should definitely
go
stay
do
with
that.
Dana.
Though making the
land.
Though making the rounds for the afternoon, making the rounds for the evening, Captain Diane of Diane's Blunder, the Aarakocra sea captain,
It's my mom.
flies around and just checks in with all her crew, seeing who's staying where, and making sure that everyone knows that the ship's not setting sail back for Southgate until the morning. Late
Okay.
morning, so they can go with the tide.
Do we need to bring back proof to show that we eliminated the thing, or we're just gonna go on the word of all the sailors that were there?
They'll go on the sailors that were there. The town's headman will sign a writ to go back,
All right.
and also all these witnesses of the sailors and adventurers.
Okay, just checking.
Corvus, being Corvus, sticks with you guys, while the barmaid, the dragonborn, and the half-orc fellow elect to stay at the inn in town.
Right.
And you hear that the apothecary herself is actually staying back on the ship for some reason.
Okay.
Did she come with us?
Yes.
As she's chosen not to linger in town after the defense was set, but you heard she actually spoke with a local potion maker and medicine woman for a while, and then returned to the vessel.
That's fair. Exchanging notes.
You guys should have time if you want to poke around town in the morning. You are welcome to do so.
Okay. All right. I think we should sleep though. 'Cause
Okay.
We're probably hella tired.
Oh, yes.
Well, as you're getting ready,
rest.
as you're getting set up and ready to bunk down for the night in basically the common room of the farmhouse, because guests
Yes.
are allowed to set up bedrolls by the hearth and whatnot, and that's like the big room in the house. Dana asks curiously what happened, while Donna sulks off to bed.
Night, Dawn. Sorry about your thresher,
Oh.
but it kicked ass.
I'll have to build a new one, a better one.
Yeah.
Something to stop
We can
storage.
rebuild
I can apply what I figured out to new things.
The 600 gold thresher. It's like a
$6 million man.
yeah.
Yeah, I got
It's fine. It wasn't.
The I hope that sounds pretty good.
We can dub it over.
Find that sound effect.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Someone probably has a copyright-free version of it somewhere.
I think
10 seconds should be fine.
I think Eris should talk to her girlfriend about what happened.
Alright. Alright. I don't want to.
So you want to talk to Dana about what happened?
Sure.
She's looking to you for guidance and acceptance.
Well, alright.
Why am I being roped into this?
She's leaning on you as an example of what
she-
she's doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dana's sitting by the hearth of the kitchen, or of the great room, of the farm, not great, the common
big
area.
Yeah.
The room.
Just kind of asks, well, Eris, what all happened there? What's that about?
Yeah, Eris. Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, it was a party, and not a fun one.
Of course not. Those were the dead walking.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Roll a deception check. Because you know specifically why that happened. Also, you know academically why that happened.
Okay.
Wow!
18.
Good
Plus your
job.
charisma bonus and any deception you
Like
may have.
2, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so 20
Plus deception.
plus deception. Oh, I have that.
I believe you specifically
24.
took the racial build that gave you that. 24.
Oh, you're deceiving the one you,
You
love.
are lying.
How
Kira.
could you?
That's that evil coming out.
I am
Good, finally.
I'm just trying to protect her from the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna come back to bite you.
Yep.
You know it.
I know.
Good.
Okay. What's that look? What's that look?
What? I
like
wasn't,
that. I like that
wasn't
guy
looking
there.
at the camera.
He wasn't.
I wasn't looking at the camera and snapping my fingers to tell myself to put a graphic here, a notation of Eris's alignment chart. With like a little meter going back and forth between good
Oh,
and
no.
evil.
She's been too nice this whole time. I gotta
really
say.
have.
I'm like
I'm
waiting for you
trying,
to be
but
more
I
evil.
can't.
I know. It's just
Good
too
and
nice
evil
as a
are not
person.
nice or mean.
Right. It's
Yeah.
just like
Good is not nice.
It's-
Evil's not mean.
Yeah.
it's like what's
She's
good
too
for everybody
good.
versus what's good for me.
Yeah.
She's too good aligned in real life.
Anyway,
Gotta be more evil.
So.
Oh.
Oh.
well, thank you for coming when you did, but what all happened with this?
God, I honestly don't know.
You don't remember?
No.
Well, you were drunk when you got the exposition. You remember
Alright.
being basically.
Oh, don't give her that out.
I'm not. Well, I will say roll an intelligence check. Because you have an attention span, and it's been like 2 days, and you were very drunk.
God damn, you
Wow.
are golden today.
Jesus.
I got a 1 in my first roll.
You
remember?
kind of remember that the mayor wanted to hire adventurers because there was an undead outbreak in Brightstead.
But we don't know why there was an undead outbreak. do
Yeah,
we?
there was just an undead outbreak
Yeah.
of a mercenary who was buried there, rose, and brought some other corpses with them.
Most of Thornstead survived. Undead driven south into the
Oh,
forest
Thornstead, thank you.
towards Lowport.
Thornstead, not Brightstead.
Gotcha.
You remember those details, that you were an adventurer, so the mayor tapped you. Also, he had the whole dock thing over your guys' heads.
Doc?
You
dock,
volunteered
the dock.
specifically because you remember Dana was in the area, but the mayor pretty much voluntold the party,
Yeah, right.
though you were eager to rescue
Dana.
her.
Okay.
Aw, just for her.
Should I tell her that?
Yeah,
She
you
like
should
that?
absolutely
She would love
be
that.
like,
Okay.
oh, I just came here for you, and they're
Yeah,
happy
we just-
to-
we just-
You, babe.
The mayor hand chose us to come down here and rescue you.
You
So-
fill in the stuff about the attack on Thornstead.
There's just a couple little undead things happening. You don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
We're here.
Make a charisma persuasion check.
I know what I'm doing.
6.
Nope,
Oh,
9.
9?
Oh.
Plus bonuses.
Charisma and deception.
Or persuasion or charisma persuasion. If you don't have persuasion as a skill, you just add your charisma bonus.
Okay, 2. So 11.
Nah.
Terrible. All right. Well, she blushes at your insistence that you came to save her after hearing about that, and kind of impressed with you for being handpicked by the mayor of Southgate.
Oh, she's such a small town girl.
I know.
Oh.
Luna lovely.
And she just is very grateful that you thought of her and came to save her.
Of course.
They-
Anything for you, my sweet.
Ugh. Sorry. Oh god. Oh yeah. Oh god. Oh god. Oh goodness. Oh, I'm getting a little flushed here. Oh. Sorry, I'm not.
Yeah, she's definitely blushing underneath her beard.
Oh gosh.
Dwarf
I forgot she had a beard.
with lovely braids.
Yeah.
So where are we gonna sleep tonight? Or can we?
Oh, she says you and your friends can set up any bedrolls here in the common room. They can put out some extra blankets. If you're trying to insinuate something, you have to specifically let me know that you're trying to do that. He said
Why are you
knowingly.
reading my mind?
I
Yeah, he
figured
doesn't
that.
have to check thoughts.
I was figuring that's where it was going with that comment.
This
I had to make sure.
This is our 6th session filming. I think he's got the gist of it.
I know. Well, we'll actually come back to that.
Yeah, danger.
We'll actually come back to that. That is a danger. We'll come back to that scene momentarily after we take a short break. So we'll be right back.
Bye.
For now, welcome back to Dansu and Dragons.
Hey.
When last we left off, I probably had dropped the comfort zone graphic on screen again, making its long-awaited return. And yeah, so before this day ends, Eris, what are you trying to accomplish here with Dana?
I just want a snuggle buddy for sleepy times.
All right. And that's all you're.
Probably not big enough anyway.
Probably not.
That's true.
And that's all you're going for right now. Just to be clear.
Yes.
Okay. I will ask you to make a charisma persuasion check.
14.
Nice.
Plus.
You already have her a little bit flustered, and you've already kind of impressed her greatly with what you've come out to do here today. So, what was that total then?
16.
All right. Dana, rather stammeringly, acquiesces to your request and leads you with a tittering stutter by the hand towards her lodging.
Okay.
And with that, we fade to the night and fade to black.
Tasteful fading to black.
Night falls like a PowerPoint presentation.
As we cut to outside of the farmhouse, as the various lights of farmhouses throughout this area where there are farmhouses go out, save for the hearth light on the first floor. And we just drift on till morning. The next day, what do you guys want to do?
Well, doesn't the ship go back?
The ship leaves in the late morning, but this is a farm. And people are getting woken up at the crack of
frickin' dawn.
Well, before
Crack
that,
before dawn.
before dawn, actually, especially considering you're on a chicken farm. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
I'm very glad I'm not actually there.
In fact, inside the house,
Oh no.
as you two are lying on your bedrolls, Corvus is there too.
Fucking screaming at us.
Choose a number between 1 and 4.
3.
1 and 4. 1 and 4 are part of the equation.
1.
Aembron,
No.
when you guys wake up,
No.
sitting on your chest is a rooster.
No.
And you
You're
are
really
woken
getting
to
the
it
short end.
pecking at your
The
forehead.
short end of the
I'm short too.
You wake up to it just pecking at your forehead, looking confused, and then
Ow.
squawking full cock-a-doodle-doo in your face.
Oh god, I'm just like imagining nothing but hey hey from Moana.
Oh, cute.
The dumb big face. Oh god.
It is a much larger rooster than that.
Awesome.
Because this is a well-fed farm rooster.
So I'm screaming because that hurts.
It
flailing,
continues to
probably.
squawk and flutters away.
That's fine. It
filling
can,
the room
it
with
can
feathers.
Yell, just get it off of me.
Corvus sits up bolt upright and, surprised for a moment that he's in the same place, points his trident in a random direction.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Corvus sits bolt upright
Yeah.
from his place on the floor in his bedroll, seems confused because he woke up in the same place. As we previously discussed, Corvus, as a
Right.
person who lives underwater, when you sleep, you drift. And points his trident in a random direction, thinking that there's an attack.
Okay, that was
as the
part I didn't catch.
rooster is fluttering about, waking everyone in the room up.
I also grab whatever random thing is near me. It's a flute.
Well, there is a rooster fluttering about the room, squawking. And it's not even dawn yet.
Oh god.
Ugh.
Oh nightmare.
Actually, no, I think I determined that Gita actually is a morning person, whereas I am
Yes,
not.
you did. You did determine that.
So Gita's probably fine after like 2 seconds.
Oh
Yeah.
It's probably time to wake up by now.
Yeah.
And Eris,
Yes.
you are shaken awake. Or do you resist, or do you just continue to snuggle into where it is safe and warm?
Can I do the anime thing where you just like pull the person closer?
You're already like a Dakimakura to this woman.
Yes, you can.
Oh.
And you find Dana just trying to extract herself from you, saying, "I was just getting up to start my chores. I just wanted to say goodbye to you before because I knew you might be leaving soon."
No.
She says to you as you're still half awake.
5 more minutes.
She acquiesces and stays hugging you for a few more moments.
Yay!
Oh god.
Cute.
Ugh.
Okay. Okay, you can go now.
But the morning is started, and you can have access to a hearty farm breakfast
Oh, hell yeah.
if you so desire,
Yes.
of mostly eggs
Yes, fried eggs.
and some bacon.
Yeah.
Bacon. Yes, please.
We eat all that.
There's a lot of it,
Sounds great.
and porridge.
Okay. Yes, all the food. We love food.
Okay.
Motivate us.
And they're getting started for the day, and Dana bidding you goodbye because she knows you guys have to head back to the city to finish the job, as it were.
Yeah, sorry, but it was nice seeing you again. Oh.
And Dana says it was nice seeing all of you, with a special lingering comment towards Eris, with a stutter and a blush.
Thanks, sweetheart.
And with that, you have your run of the town before it's time to leave.
Okay, so we're selling shit, right?
Yeah.
This is a smaller town. You don't think you're going to be able to actually sell the clothes and the armor for what it might be worth
What can
here.
we get at the pawn shop for it, do you think?
Oh, I have no idea.
Since we're heading back to Southgate anyway.
Is there a check we can do to estimate how much we would get it for it at the
Sure.
pawn shop?
Or we should go and see what's there.
Well,
Maybe
You mean the local
Do a
pawn
trade?
shop?
No, in Southgate.
In Southgate,
We're
yeah,
going
yeah.
back there anyway.
Yeah.
And if we're not able to hawk it here, we might as well.
That's true.
breastplates, full armor like a breastplate is actually kind of expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You think that
That's why we took it.
the commissioning a piece of that armor proper is like 400 gold pieces. Selling it second hand, you could probably do maybe 200 or better.
Holy shit.
Well, let's save that.
okay.
Yeah.
Is there somewhere in the town I could buy a sewing kit
Yes, there are some sundry shops that you could check out where you could try and buy a sewing kit.
You
All right.
need that for something specific?
To tailor these jackets.
Oh, okay. You need the.
You actually need that.
I mean, to tailor the jackets, I need to.
Yeah, you need a sewing kit.
Oh, okay.
So I
Just
do
the
need
toolkit.
that.
Cool.
Yes, there is a general sundry store in town, which is also noted as by the sign as Sundries and Medicine Woman.
Ah, so that's probably the one that talked to the apothecary yesterday.
Sundries and blah, blah, blah?
Sundries and Medicine. Lowport Sundries and Medicine Woman.
Last word again, please.
Medicine Woman.
Gotcha.
What's that, you man?
And there is, when you go into the shop, it is a small shop that just has a lot of wooden shelves with things for sale, a lot of stuff in the back on racks, and there's a clerk there, and there is a young woman in just an apron and a rather multicolored stained blouse that is working on a mortar and pestle when you enter.
Okay.
They do easily have the sewing kit for you for equipment packs, tools. It would be sewing, cobbler, cartographers, cooks, glass blowers.
Let them get there.
I'm gonna say like a sewing tools should just cost about a little bit.
Penny for a spool of thread, penny
like-
for a needle.
That's
a
the way
gold
the
piece.
money goes. Sorry, what?
A gold piece in total for the kit.
Gold piece? That's expensive.
That's 100 pennies.
That's a lot of neat. A sewing toolkit involves like the actual measurement tools, various needles.
We're
thin-
cosplayers. We know what's in
Yeah,
it.
okay,
so-
wait.
Yeah.
Can Gita just buy
Oh, just like smaller things, like a smaller.
like a needle and thread?
Penny
Like,
for
Okay.
a spool of thread, penny for a needle.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. that
okay,
was a
would she
copper.
have theoretically
Yeah.
the ability to do that? She's got 15 dexterity. Pretty good.
She can make use of the equipment with a skill check.
Okay, so I can probably just get like cheaper.
Yeah, you can get like just stuff to mend with. Or
Okay, yeah,
retailer
let's do
stuff.
that. I'll do that.
If I throw in some random goods I have, can the price be reduced?
From 2 pennies.
Oh, never mind.
Is it 2
Yeah.
pennies? 2 copper pieces?
If you're just buying 2 copper pieces worth of supplies, yeah.
Oh yeah, cool. All right.
You don't need like a French
Okay.
curve or whatever.
All right. So I'll just say like needle and thread and scissors, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, scissors will be a little more, but.
I'll just do needle and thread then. We got knives.
Exactly. We got teeth. We're good.
You're good.
Okay.
And you notice that the shop clerk seems kind of on edge from what happened last night, but you think the one working the mortar and pestle seems downright angry at something.
Do you have detect thoughts?
No. Yeah. Sorry.
That's cool. He's angry.
And pays little mind to anyone entering the store not addressing her directly.
Read body language.
Yeah, but I don't know what she's angry about.
I mean, you can ask her, or I can use suggestion to suggest for her to tell me what her deal is.
I think suggestion wasn't it like a second level spell?
Yeah.
We don't
You're
need
gonna
to
waste
use
a second level spell on that.
Oh. If you really care about what's going on in this person's life, we can. If you can't, like, just will it out of her
All right.
by
Well,
being nice.
since Gita
You
has
can
no
try
chill,
that. You can just be like, hey, you okay?
You're right. You do good.
Kind of down.
I feel like
Careful that you don't grind some of that mortar right off.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say since Gita has no chill, she probably just goes in and is like, "So how about that stuff that happened last night?"
All right. Make a charisma check or charisma persuasion.
On the map, please.
Charisma. That's a D20, right?
And persuasion skill if you're proficient.
I don't have a persuasion skill.
You don't?
No.
I don't think any of us
I have,
did.
I have
There was
8 in
something
performance though.
Okay.
So charisma. Come on, big money. Well.
Please move the die back onto the
9.
total.
Yeah.
9.
Well, shoot.
But yeah, there was like one thing that like all of us needed.
Yeah.
And none of us
Wait, which
had
one?
I don't
desperately.
remember what it was. I think it was persuasion.
It's persuasion.
Yeah. Well,
We all needed it.
I'm sorry. I'm busy having 8 in performance, so I
You need
can't
that.
move that.
You need that.
That's fine.
Yeah. Well, what was that total again?
9.
She looks up from her work, scrapes the contents of the mortar into into an alembic, and just looks you up and down, and says,
Far up.
"You part of that group from the city?"
Did she say it like that?
Yeah.
Sure are. Big smile.
Thank you for saving the town, but please mind your business.
Oh shit.
And she goes back to whatever she was working on.
Okay, I'm not gonna try then.
You sure you don't want me to use suggestion?
Yes.
Okay.
You're gonna waste a level 2 spell.
Well, wait, did I?
Wait, isn't there like make friend or something?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
have
a cantrip?
friends. I have, yeah.
Is it a cantrip?
Yeah.
Friends
We'll
is a
do that
cantrip.
and then ask
Yeah,
her.
there you go.
If you use friends, the person, as soon as the spell ends, the person knows that they have been ensorcelled toward positive means.
She's already mad
She's
anyway.
extra mad.
Yeah, we're just gonna leave. So I already
we
bought my
care?
stuff.
Are we gonna burn bridges?
No, she's fine.
Are
Just
you sure
ask
this
her.
is not gonna bite us in the ass later?
Absolutely not. I think
It's a lot better now that I can see your face clearly.
Isn't it though? Isn't it?
I think with your alignment, you would definitely use it.
Oh, yeah, if you play to your
Yeah.
character.
Yeah. Without telling them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell you that I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I would probably just go quiet and be like,
So, hey,
Sorry.
friends.
yeah,
You're using friends?
please do.
Um,
I think that would be very interesting.
Why not?
And it's a cantrip.
Yeah, okay.
Like in real life, we're convincing you to do
We
it.
still just be like looking around, we're
Yeah.
chatting with each other, and have no clue. And then this
Yeah.
bitch flips out once she realizes what
You
you've
have
done.
a minute of this interaction, and you have an advantage on the charisma persuasion check.
Do it.
Yeah.
Good thing you have advantage.
Oh, please roll better than a 2.
It's a 4.
Total?
That wasn't asking much.
4 total.
No. 4 plus charisma plus persuasion, which you don't have.
6.
6.
Sorry.
All right.
She looks at you as you sidle up and question after she rebuffed Gita, and just kind of says, "Look, thank you, but please stay out of my business."
Putting that.
Wow, this is after she casts
Back down.
friends.
Yeah, and she points, wags a finger at you disapprovingly, picks up the alembic, and goes into the back. You hear the sound of a fire being lit.
Wow. There's another girl in there though, right?
There's the shopkeep, who was like just kind of on edge.
Well, we know. We know she met with the apothecary, right?
You know the apothecary met with someone in this shop.
Okay. So I ask her, "Hi, are you the one who met with the apothecary?"
The one who left to the back, or the shopkeep?
The shopkeep.
No, that was Sunshine back there.
Oh.
Is her name actually something?
Is her name Sunshine?
Yes.
Wow.
That's very
She came to
interesting.
She came to Locor a few years ago after apprenticing with the Southgate Apothecary.
Oh, so they're friends. Oh, we should have looked
Well,
at that.
maybe not friends. We don't know.
Yeah.
But they were.
Oh, well, is she okay?
She seemed rattled by something that she and the apothecary spoke about last night in very hushed tones.
She will be
Oh.
when we leave.
Do you know what it was?
Not a clue. Since she came to Lowport, Sunshine usually keeps to herself, doing medicine and all manner of witchy things.
Ooh, itchy things.
Thing.
There's a pun here somewhere, but I'm not finding it. God damn.
Not just like witchy things.
No, not just witchy things.
Man, I wish I had gotten.
Well, that's what medicine and that's what the medicine she does always seems like. To say nothing of the magic she can do.
Oh. Does she have any medicine for sale here?
Yeah, we have some stuff on the shelf. I have a few potions. Sometimes she makes arcane focuses,
What's that?
like wands or little baubles that you use to cast magic with.
Would wands be useful for any of us?
Some of you, like wands and staffs are like very baseline items. Like if something requires an arcane focus, it's just like a simple wand that you just use as a magic user, the same way a fighter uses a sword. Like you use your instruments as arcane focuses.
Yeah, that's true. So I don't
You
need
have a
wand
staff that you use. That's a basic arcane focus.
I have a staff.
You said you wanted a staff.
Oh well, I never put it on here.
anymore. You should put it on there.
Okay.
And you also have the remains of the Gulthias tree that you're going to do something with.
Right.
Yeah.
Would she know what's up with this thing? If I show it to her? I wonder.
We can ask her.
No, we can't.
Oh, okay. Eris can ask her.
No.
And at that point,
Oh,
you
you
hear
mean
the
the
sound of
lady
a
back?
glass breaking and a shout of, "You tried to ensorcel me," as she furls the back curtain of the room open and points an accusatory finger at you, Eris.
Oh no.
No, I didn't. What are you talking about?
I know that magic, that baseline magic, the power of
Excuse
friendship.
me, my magic is not basic.
She wanted Emmy.
But the power of friendship isn't magic, it's just natural.
It's a cantrip, a charm, gets in your head.
What are you talking about?
What is she talking about?
Nothing.
She points an
She's
accusatory
nuts.
finger at you.
Well, I don't think she would do something like that.
Yeah.
Why would she
I
do
wouldn't
something like that?
Do that.
You two are being blatantly honest, and you can roll me a deception check in response to this.
12.
Plus,
Deception.
You should have a high deception.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
16.
Oh my god.
18.
Oh
18?
my god.
She narrows her eyes at all of that and just does this and slowly sinks back into the room and closes the curtain.
Wait, actually, I just quietly yelled towards her, if you broke something, I can fix it for you with a spell if you want.
Good job.
Through the curtain, you hear the shout of, "I know mending."
Oh. I tried.
Good try.
I just let out a sorry. And then I guess probably try to leave.
Because leave. We should.
I was gonna try to look at the medicine she had, but I think we should just go.
We should leave. I have a healing potion.
Okay.
Let's step outside for a second.
You should also
Okay.
have a healing potion left over.
Yes.
Oh, do I? Maybe.
I thought we all.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, at least
You all-
I do.
With fancy
know.
glass,
There could be,
with
like, other
fancy
tools.
glasses, you were told to hold on to after you use the potions.
Right. So let's go.
Yep.
Let's step outside for a second.
Yeah. I need some
I
air.
need to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Carl.
No. Did you really do that?
Do what? What are you talking about?
Did you really put a spell on her?
No.
There's a cantrip.
Okay. Yeah.
Not use a spell on her.
Should she roll deception
Cantrips are
checks
still
against us?
Yes, you
What?
should. You should oppose it with intuition.
Okay.
And cantrips are definitely a spell.
Should we roll against her? Or?
Yes, you roll intuition against
16.
I don't. Oh wait, intuition.
Intuition.
Where's intuition?
not intuition. Insight.
Oh,
Insight.
I do
Plus
not have
one.
insight,
I rolled
so-
17.
Okay, against her deception.
I don't have anything, so let's see how
So-
this goes.
6.
6.
Opposed by your deception.
Roll.
And because of all the accusations at you and everyone knowing you, you are rolling this with disadvantage. What? No.
What did you do?
Did you really do that?
Why did you do that?
I thought I could help.
Good job at that. She didn't even tell you anything. She told you less than she told Gita.
I don't like being yelled at this early in the morning.
Look, a freaking chicken was pecking me in the head
He
to
was.
wake me up.
He did.
They're so cute though.
Okay.
Well,
Can you reach
I'm
her
amused that she
forehead?
has to be leaning back.
All right.
I
fair.
assume you're climbing on me to like get to her forehead.
All right. Well, then I'll just like poke her in the arm.
Yeah.
I mean, I failed, but I tried, and effort is what counts. I tried to help us.
I'm dumb, so I would absolutely believe that, but I don't think she would.
It's for the benefit of the group.
And look how well that worked out. Thanks. Now we're outside, but
I still have one last trick up my sleeve.
oh no.
Well, I don't know.
Pull
What
up my
is it?
sleeve.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is
And
it?
there's Carl as a mouse.
Oh, Carl.
Hey,
You summon him
Send
for the
into
morning?
eavesdrop? Nice.
you hear Carl communicate with you telepathically. What's up?
You
I
know
was
what to
sleeping
do,
down
bud.
here. Yeah, I was barely paying attention. I got it.
Alright. Do what you do.
And he goes, well, actually, this close, you can give up time to, you can basically remote control him within a certain range.
Was it like 30 feet?
I mean, we can easily do
As
that.
an
It's not a
action,
big chop.
Basically, while you're familiar with 100 feet of you, you can communicate telepathically. Additionally, as an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn, getting the
that's
benefits
cool.
of any special senses your familiar has.
We're not in battle, so you can just
During
remember.
this time, you are deaf and blind to your own senses. So you
Okay,
just kind of like,
Please protect me.
your eyes go white over entirely and you hear nothing. So you just like, you go for a ride
We're
with Carl.
warging.
Oh, cute. Okay.
So
right, let's
you
do
see
it.
through Carl's eyes as he
like
darts into the, as the little mouse darts into the store through a crack in the wall, and
Should have kept their walls better.
running around shelves through all these various bottles of things, various arcane ingredients, alchemical ingredients and reagents, plants, powders, dried funguses and the like, in this back room lab of this shop. And it's just this woman, Sunshine, with apron and blouse and skirt, just grinding away at a mortar and pestle and scraping it into an alembic, and slowly like extracting some fluid from the grind.
What's the fluid?
You think it's some kind of root extract that she's making. Smells gross to Carl's nose.
He's about to eat it.
And she's not really talking about anything, she's just grinding and grinding and grinding.
How do I get her to spill beans?
If you just like ran
Make
across
a
the room.
perception check.
You were doing so well.
Oh man,
Dang.
you're getting some bad rolls today.
Do I have any bonuses?
No, just your perception.
5.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You don't notice anything out of the usual. Even when something from the alembic drips onto Sunshine's hand and she covers it with her other hand quickly, as if burned. Even though you don't think it's really going hot enough to be that kind of a scalding liquid.
Why don't you just like run out across the room?
Okay.
Like, it'll scare her.
Yeah.
That might do something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's scuttle across the floor and squeak real loud.
Yeah.
You got it, boss. And he does that, and she wheels around, hearing the squeak and seeing the motion,
Don't die, Carl.
and
She seems real angry.
misses Carl
Good.
with a firebolt coming from the end of her fingertip
Jesus.
that scorches the ground as Carl ducks into cover.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay.
Don't do that again.
Sorry, dude.
Holy crap! Carl goes in your head. And she begins muttering something about vermin, and she should have had enough deterrence to keep such things out.
Okay.
Because you notice the place really smells smells like a mouse does not want to be smelling these smells. Like natural essential oils meant to deter vermin and the like.
She doesn't document anything else?
No, she just grumbles to herself about
Citrus, I think. Citrus?
maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's mint for spiders.
And ants.
Oh, really?
Yeah, ants.
I need to keep more mint in my house.
What if I run across whatever it is that she's working on?
I don't know.
You sure you want to do that?
Can I sacrifice Carl?
Carl's like, are you sure you want to do that?
Probably won't if it means like hurting himself, right?
He does not want to do something suicidal.
No.
Okay.
Oh, what do you think if I knocked over something? I got my hand.
A visible spectral hand.
I do.
Visible. Okay.
I mean,
In a place
Smack
you
her
can't
in the
see
back.
directly.
I don't know if that would help.
No, you wouldn't do that anyway.
Damn it. Okay. Is there anything else we want to do in this tab?
Yeah, let's just get out of here. I don't think we're gonna get her to talk.
Can leave Carl there, just sitting in the corner listening for a
Okay,
while.
and then maybe he can report back.
Yeah.
Okay,
If there's anything.
let's do that.
Oh, when Carl eventually returns to her after a few minutes of this, he reports that she didn't really talk while she was alone and just like was muttering to herself angrily.
Okay, that's a
What
shame.
a waste.
Okay, well,
Tried.
what other stores are in the town? Or
But he
interesting things?
does give this. At one point, she was really frustrated about something she said was the call was strong recently, and she seemed frustrated that her former master was trying to talk down to her about something she damn well knew.
Thank you. Yes. We really need to talk to the apothecary.
What was her hand like, Carl?
What?
What
The
happened?
hand thing?
Her hand.
Oh, when she uncovered it and Carl was watching on his own, he noticed that a patch around her hand, which spread and then went back to normal, was green and very. Her skin got green and very taut over her hand for a few minutes.
Jeez.
Allergic.
Okay, gross. Can we do like a? I guess it's not Arcana.
It just sounds weird. You can make a roll about it, but that's could be a
I
number
have
of things.
2 in medicine. Is that worth it?
Roll it.
Come on, big money.
It's under the table.
Ooh, hell yeah! 19
Nice.
plus 2, so 21.
Medicine?
You can kind of figure the route she was working on. Specifically,
Just my pen cap.
you specifically realize the route she was working on was Wolfsbane.
Oh.
And while it is often associated with the cure for early onset lycanthropy, one of its principal functions, at least in a lot of apothecary works, is revealing truth beneath the surface.
Okay. Does that tell us about her hand?
It's very weird that her hand went green when it got stuff on it.
Oh,
We don't know what's
snap.
green, right? We haven't encountered much
Is she
green.
a freaking werewolf?
No.
Oh, that would have been
Lizard
cool.
person?
Look, we've already got zombies,
Maybe.
alright?
You don't know.
Could be a werewolf.
We've got
There-
zombies and vampires.
Yeah.
You've seen dragon people,
Yeah.
lizard people. It's pretty similar.
Well, what is
Don't
Wolfsbane?
be racist.
What is Wolfsbane against?
You know it's part of
Werewolfism.
assumed cure or deterrent for werewolves,
As the name implies.
but also it's a component in revealing things that have changed, that have alterable shapes.
Okay, so she could be
a shapeshifter
a shapeshifter
of some kind.
All right. I mean, that's fine. She's allowed to do that.
Whatever, man, we don't judge.
Yeah. Hashtag equality.
Right.
Okay, yeah, so just, we know that now. I guess that's fine. We definitely need to talk to the apothecary when we get back on the ship, but not right now.
All right.
So yeah, what else is in the town?
God.
Just a lot of stores hawking fresh vegetables and fish because of all the farms.
Right.
And just like supplies for sailors, the like. Shipwright shops on the docks, a small public house, already busy even though it's early in the morning.
Nice.
Many of the sailors from Diane's Blunder are exiting that place with full bellies of breakfast and
Other
maybe something a
things.
bit harder, a little bit, a bit harder than grog.
Well, I don't think there's anything else for me in this town, so I would like to go back to the ship and
Yeah,
start
we
working
should
on
probably
the
go.
sewing.
Okay,
Because I really
I'm
want
so
these fancy
sorry.
jackets.
I'm sniffling everywhere.
it happens.
It's cool. I was coughing.
We're
yesterday.
getting into fall. All right.
Okay.
You're
So
able
are we all gonna go back?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
You're able to board the ship that is going to be setting off for Southgate again soon. You'll probably arrive back home at about midday or so, a little after midday.
The next day.
No, midday. Like it'll only be like, it's like less
It
than,
took us a day to get here.
yeah, like 7 or 8 hours. So it's like late morning,
Late
9 o'clock.
afternoon.
You'll be back in the afternoon.
9
We'll be
o'clock
back
is
in
late
time
morning?
for dinner.
Late morning by Farmtown standards.
Okay. Not by my standards. Late morning is 11:30.
Late morning is 2 p.m.
That's brunch time.
Exactly.
Okay, so 9 a.m.
Breakfast.
Yep.
Okay, that makes more sense.
The ship sets out,
Okay.
and you are on the way, and you have your chance to talk with anyone who is on the ship.
Same crew?
Same crew, same captain, and same people heading back to town.
All right. Well, I try to find the apothecary because that's a lot of information.
She is on the ship, and I'm just going to turn off the timer here so we can go a little bit longer on this session for this conversation. You find the apothecary on the ship taking stock of what she spent in healing people up during the whole rigmarole and anything she expended. And as you approach her, "Oh, hello, Gita," she says in her customary voice, her large kind of poncho muumuu flowing around her as she spreads her arms. "I heard you had quite the nasty fight with those zombies. How was it on the front lines, child?"
Oh, it was scary,
Dangerous
but
and scary.
we got him in the end.
You can look at me, not just the camera, for that.
Oh, okay.
But if you wanna hand to the camera, you're welcome to it.
Okay. Sorry, you're right. Also, right next to each other.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, it was tough, but
We
We
gave
did
it
it.
110%.
Gave
It was a really a team effort.
It's team effort. You know, we've been training for this day for a long time.
They had us in the first half.
I'd like to thank, I don't know, what's the Jesus in this world?
For this setting in specific, I set that up as the Somnic Church,
I'd like to thank the Somnic Church for really supporting
which we
My
haven't
love
gotten into plot-wise yet.
of
Also my
firing
mom,
arrows. Okay,
the
anyway.
coaches, and all the fans. Love you guys. All two of you.
So yeah, but what did you get up to yesterday?
Ooh, holding up the line defense, checking with an old friend in town.
Oh, which old friend?
Don't say.
Oh, yes,
I'm
she
not even
says, rather
here,
simply. Yes, she says rather simply. A former apprentice of mine has set up shop in Lowport.
Oh, that's so neat. I wish I could have met her.
It's very... Oh, you could have if you had gone shopping this morning, but Sunshine has always been temperamental.
Oh, it's funny about her name, though, huh?
I suppose, yes, she says with a chuckle. But I don't blame the poor girl for it.
Oh, why?
I'm sorry.
That's kind of a personal matter, dearie. You'll excuse me if I do keep some things close to my chest.
That sounds like a challenge if I ever heard one.
And what a large and beautiful chest it is. Are you in the mood for a song? She'll probably be into that.
The ship is like, shut up.
Oh, they're probably all hungover.
You
I'm
can
seasick.
you can, if you so choose, throw down the performance check right now.
I mean, I want to like loosen her up, so maybe she'll tell us. Yes.
All flattery and buttering her up with music. Go right
Exactly.
ahead.
So performance.
Yes, please. Roll it.
All right, come
I
on,
help
big
you.
money.
No.
It's a 9 total.
You roll 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have 8 performance.
You failed though.
I sure did.
Oh.
God damn.
Wait. Can I do that thing where I help her?
Are you also trained in performance?
No.
Wait.
Dang.
Are you gonna proc lucky?
I'm definitely gonna use lucky. All right.
One more roll.
It's hard to get worse than this, but I swear to God, if I get a 1 again.
I'll laugh. 16.
Plus 8.
24.
24.
That's a lot
Well,
better.
you start off kind of weak, but you trip yourself up a little, and amid the footwork, you get a bit of a virtuoso performance going as you dance about the ship and prance, blowing on your flute. It's never not beautiful, isn't it? It's the funniest thing.
That's for you.
And the
And
apothecary
they never came back again. Yeah.
The apothecary laughs, chortles, and claps the performance. And she considers a moment as you finish and give her a curt curtsy.
Curt curtsy.
Curt curtsy.
And that's why you should always tell your friends the truth. That was my song about the truth. glad you're enjoying this.
The apothecary considers how much effort you've put into your curiosity on this matter. And
You're just so
where's
damn
your mic
nosy.
right now? I can't quite.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's right here.
Yep.
What, can you
Okay,
not
just
hear me?
make sure I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. And she says, "Perhaps, child, I can tell you something, as you seem quite earnest and curious." And she
I
says in
am.
a customarily not boisterous voice, an uncustomary voice.
A bit worrying.
And she bids you to follow her below decks to the hold away from prying ears.
Ooh. Okay, bye.
That's exactly what I thought. Bye, Gita.
As I follow her down, I just go down the stairs and
Yep.
just go.
The apothecary takes
Wow, cool.
a heavy sigh as she finds a quiet place where no one really can easily listen in.
I take her
But the
hand
bi-
in mine.
but
her
the
giant
build-
hand.
Where no one could listen in but the bilge rats.
Cool. I wonder if Eris will do
Yeah.
anything. I don't know.
Are you sending Carl to investigate?
Of course she is.
Are you listening in or going to have him report?
Report.
Okay.
Do we want to have him listen?
I'm gonna
know,
tell
I'm
you
peeking.
afterwards.
Wait,
I'm there.
Yeah, she's telling
Theoretically,
Yeah.
you. You would tell us.
Yeah.
theoretically,
Would she, or would she, as lawful good, would she just
It
be
depends.
like, look, she swore
Also-
me to secrecy?
theoretically, Aembron, because you're telepathic, you can hook in to, if she lets you, Eris's senses
Cool,
through
does
Carl.
it matter that I'm sick as fuck?
Yeah, she's seasick.
Yeah, you're probably not.
Please don't
being
have
aware
barf
of this.
thoughts.
Yeah, Corvus is trying to help you keep balance. And keep
Right,
you
right,
seated.
right. Like he did last time. He's a good
Like,
bean.
focus
I respect
on the
him for that.
horizon.
Oh.
Too far. Have to look up.
Okay, well, closing your eyes is just gonna make it worse.
My eyes are closed.
That makes it worse.
Shut up.
The apothecary kind of sits down on a barrel
Uh-huh.
and lets you take up her hand, and she
Her
says,
giant hand.
"Gita, you seem like a very trustworthy and innocent soul in all things.
Oh, thank you.
So, and you've been of great help to me and done some tasks for me, and I've also now adventured with you after a fashion. So I think I should tell you of my troubles.
I'm glad you can trust me with this.
The parents who raised me were not my own.
Wow, this is really deep.
Much like the parents that raised Sunshine were not truly her own. Though
Oh.
they both believed us at that time to be.
That's rough, buddy.
There
So are they like sisters, or
I don't know. We're
must be like?
There are a particular type of creature in this world, somewhere between Fae and Fiend.
Okay.
Dangerous creatures that are the archetypal source of the concept of the witch,
So witches.
that are called in the common language hags.
Oh, that's not very nice. Sorry, I don't
They
say
hide among folks, they pass themselves off, and occasionally lure men and women to their death.
that. Ooh.
And when they have children, it resembles the other parents' race in early childhood through early adulthood. And rather than raise their children themselves, they steal babes in the night and replace them.
Ooh.
You've all no doubt heard of fae tales of changeling children.
Sure.
There's some truth to this, but they are normal children until adolescence about, when they begin hearing the call of their true mother, bidding them to join them in the wilds, embrace their true nature, and become twisted evil things
Oh.
that suffuse themselves on the woe of others and cause tragedy and calamity in their wake with fell magics. When I was a young woman, I learned this truth, she says with a sigh, looking out the porthole. But I turned away from the call of that mother. And much of my work as an apothecary, a medicine woman going from town to town, I seek out children who were like me and arm them with the knowledge to resist the call of that truth. Sunshine was my apprentice because, like me, she was destined for a terrible fate lest she was turned from that path. And I suppose in a motherly fashion, I check up on her with a bit more interest and worry than she would like me to have. And she is still at an age where if her mother in the wilds calls, she will still hear it. And I just want to make sure she was well and not suffering unduly from the call.
Oh. How can you resist the call?
Free will and choice, knowing what it is. I'm not entirely as I appear. There is darkness inside me, and I have resisted it for a very long time and helped many other young women who are possessed of similar fates resist it as well. But even though this, she says wistfully, I am not wholly human as I would appear. And perhaps that gives me some measure of sadness. Thank you for listening to an openly, Gita. I am so terribly sorry to have placed that all on your shoulders.
Oh, I just try to hug her, but she's really
She is very large.
So it probably only gets halfway around, but
Hug her leg.
yeah, I just hug whatever I'm closest to. That's so sad.
Oh, you are a sweet child, Gita.
Now I love her even more. That's so sad.
You've unlocked some of the apothecary's backstory. She resisted the call of a hag, even though one was her true ancestor.
It's a good thing that you sent that mouse in there, because I'm probably not going to tell you everything that she just told me.
No.
Yeah.
But I worry about Sunshine because she's always had a chip on her shoulder ever since she learned the truth of herself. And I have met her true mother
Oh.
in my travels.
Oh my.
And she is wicked, and I have indeed fought with her. And I worry that she would seek to, with renewed vigor, to corrupt her daughter who has turned on her. If not for her own edification, then also to hurt me.
Wow. Well. Good God.
That is what it is.
Ooh. In real life and in the game, I don't know what to say to that.
Horrifying fantasy monster stuff.
Yeah. Well, if you ever need to talk about it, since it seems like you don't tell a lot of people.
She laughs to herself lightly and clears her tears, which have run her mascara,
Oh no.
because she is overly made up.
Oh,
Of course she is.
Well, to be
She's
fair,
wonderful.
she just looks like a very robust human in her winter.
Yeah.
She does not actually look like a monster that the
No.
hags kind of are, because the hags look like kind of monstrous crones, like similar in nature to the myth of Baba Yaga.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Sometimes they're fae, sometimes they're fiends, sometimes they closely resemble giant creatures. They run a whole gamut and can change over time between those different types. But she explains it and bids your discretion with this information.
See?
And thanks you for being confidant in this matter and noticing something was wrong.
Question.
Yes.
Since they're somewhere between Fae and Fiend because she's a Fae, do they have some sort of automatic rapport? Or?
Not so much rapport, but you have heard of hags.
Okay.
You know that, like, most hags are indeed true Fae creatures, but somewhere in their life cycle they can become fiends.
What about with this one?
Tieflings are fiend touched, born among the human population.
Not
Also gonna-
quite Fiend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Ooh, that's rough.
with that,
Excluded.
with that information garnered, and you and the apothecary parting ways while she composes herself and reapplies her makeup,
Oh.
you return to the top deck of the ship and regard your friends, while Carl has popped up on your shoulder and whispering in your ear what he has overheard.
Terrible.
And with that, we end this session.
Oh.
We'll be back
Okay.
next week for Dansu and Dragons with the party
2
return. Well, in 2 weeks we'll be back for another session of Dansu and Dragon with the party having returned to Southgate.
Yay. Bye.
Thank you for this kind of RP heavy session.
Yeah.
All right.
That was very
That was
sad.
Oh.
Too real. Too real.
See,
I was
like
damn.
this didn't touch me at all.
More mead for you.
Hell yeah.
Drink it.